Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Castles and Crusades, the Chronicles of Paramoor. And today, we are meeted with our intrepid group. We are down an orc. Again.
Bubble, what did you do this time?
Never touched them.
Hold on, I've got all my ammo.
All right. Well, before we begin the adventure and I explain where we are at and what the weather is like, I'm going to go around the table and we are going to start introducing ourselves and our roles in this game. Starting with Colin.
I'm next character sheet. Shadow Wolf, the elf. Rogue would be the rogue is the technical term that I try not to use. Explorer and seeker after knowledge.
Very good. All right, PJMaybe.
Hello, I'm Rubble, the dwarven fighter, the youngling of the party who is out for experience in fighting. And experience.
Or at least trying
working
to.
my way through the pitfalls of dealing with non-dwarfs. Shadowcat.
Very
Shadow
good.
Wolf, sorry.
Very good. And Witch King.
I am playing Azramir Bronzehammer, the dwarven cleric of Mor, the god of creation, and the patron god of dwarves. And he is searching for a way to spread the worship of Morg to everyone everywhere and stamp out the evil darkness of the foul and malignant demonic deities of evil.
I like that. Keep going with that through this entire campaign, and I will apply that to something at some point. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. You're gonna love that one. All right, and I am your GM tonight. I am taking over Greenie. That would be Tobey's role, which he's not going to get much in today. This is going to be a simple role play night, so everyone can sit tight, relax a little bit, and then after this next session, then begins the killing. But we'll get to that. I like to have these role play sessions with my group because it allows them to fit into their character a bit more. They've had a lot of time to fit into their characters and to flesh them out more and more as we come on. So I think it's good that we've gotten this, but we will have more time with this. We've had a lot of time, especially with the first 4 sessions that ended up terribly wrong. To keep this up, you guys might be marked as the worst heroes that has ever graced Paramoor. You'll go down in history. Hey, but at least you were immortalized and you went down in history.
We were immortalized as the worst among all.
Yeah. But we haven't made it that far yet, so we'll see. You guys definitely got plenty of time to turn this around. So let's get this going. So it is currently. Let me jump up here real quick. I gotta jump to. Let me jump onto. Oh, what did I say here? Okay. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hang on. I got the description right here. Hey, give me a second. Okay, so we're going to mark this as a GM fail, and I'm going to give extra experience points for this session because the GM failed to do his duties and to write down what he was meant to say. So I had to get my phone for this, so I will give some bonus XP to Nate for that too. So very rarely does the GM fail at this. Okay, so you guys are traveling from Redwood all the way to Highforge. You have been traveling for 2 days. So far, 2 days. And let me see if I can give you guys an exact date on everything. Because we actually do have exact dates. If my phone would work. There we go. Come on. You know you want to work. There we go. Okay, so. Alrighty. Of course, it'd be the wrong freaking post I'm in. Alright, here we go. Okay.
We're going to be getting a lot of XP.
Alright, here we go. Okay,
Take
so.
one gold piece. Cool.
Where did I put the weather? I did a forecast for you guys. Oh, here we go. The forecast. Okay. All right. So the forecast. Okay. So it is currently you guys left on the 5th day of Jester Fool. It is currently the 7th day of Jester Fool. It's okay. So for 2 days, you guys have seen nothing but clouds. It has been cloudy. Winds are okay, but your visibility has been, because of how dark it's been. Now, does any of you guys... Now, I'm assuming with you guys being dwarves and an elf, that you guys have twilight vision or dark vision, correct?
Let's see. I have deep vision as a dwarf.
Yeah, what?
Deep vision.
Deep vision.
Same here, yeah.
Okay, that's basically like dark vision. It's basically like seeing in pitch blackness. So, in a sense, with it being low light, you guys have not really been hindered on seeing anything. You guys actually been, because you're not human, you've actually been seeing clear paths all the way to Highforge. And you do make it to the town of Highforge in 2 days. You guys have decided to pull over to decide to take a minute, because you guys are going to have to take a minute and subtract 2 days of rations from yourselves. And you guys have decided to, instead of sleeping on the ground, to maybe try and stay in an inn tonight while traveling to the keep. The messenger is tending to his horse in the stables, and Greenie has decided to take off and leave you 3 alone as well to tend to his horses, because without his horses and his carriage, his farm would be devastated.
This is true.
So you guys are alone again in Highforge. Now, it is currently nightfall. The sun is going down. It's not maybe all the way down, but it's night. Dusk is coming. Nightfall is coming. It's about to turn to night. What do you guys do?
Well, I think that is there like some kind of moon goddess or god, or is Morg in charge of creating all of that as well?
Morg is supposedly, to your belief, Morg is in charge of all of that.
Okay.
I don't think there is a
So
moon.
then
I don't think I made a goddess of the moon yet, but
okay.
now
So
that the idea is there,
Morg and what'd you say?
I said now that the idea is there.
Yeah.
Oh, we drop trouser.
Lycanthropes too.
Drop trouser, god of the moon.
But Asdramir is in meditation and prayer as he worships Morg and all of his glory of all across Paramoor.
Give me 1 second. Actually, I may have something for you on that one already. Look at that. You're making me check out my... It's going to take a minute to load, but I'm going to load up a file real quick that I actually have on this place. Depending on the alignment of this settlement, there may be a shrine to Morg specifically.
Oh.
Because, hot deal about Highforge. Highforge was actually made with very little humans. It was actually the gnomes, the small amount of gnomes that do live in this region of Paramoor, and the dwarves. And a faction of the dwarves came, and they all helped make the dwarves and the gnomes work together to make Highforge. And the humans, and they did on human land, so they have human liaisons. It is actually the 2 highest officials is a gnome and a dwarf.
Well, then we'll be just at home, Rubble and I.
You are very much at home here. Let me double check my notes on that one. But yes,
not so much,
because you might have a shrine specifically to go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shadow Wolf isn't a fan of all this stonework and artifice.
I can acknowledge the beauty and the skill involved, but
It's not his favorite.
yeah, that
Well, you're in luck. You're in luck. There is a shrine to Morg in
Awesome.
this place. So you know, and you know of this because you know where all the shrines are. If there's a
Mhm.
shrine to Morg, you know where you can go to worship. So you actually go to that shrine and you worship with the other dwarves. You do not worship
Awesome.
alone. Meanwhile, what does Rubble do while Azamir is worshiping his god?
Rubble's looking for an inn.
An inn. Well, there is definitely an inn. So
Yeah.
so you head over to the High Forge Inn. And while you do that, what is Shadow Wolf doing?
you mentioned we've got lots of fighting coming up. I'm looking for Cooper so I could buy a couple of barrels, put barrels and barrels and barrels of arrows in. Sorry. What size of town is High Forge?
High Forge is actually a city. There's roughly
right,
approximately
wow.
7,000 people living here. The two highest types of species or races that you can actually find will be gnomes and dwarves. The third highest is actual humans, and the fourth highest is elves. High Forge is a very serious city. They take their protection of their people and the acceptance of others very seriously here.
Okay. Excellent. One thing I shall probably try to do is see if I can find out. So ask around a little bit, see if there's anything more up to date information on the keep or this invasion that we're going to try to push back.
All right, let me see if I can have you do a
I was going to say intelligence gathering would be the
Yep. Oh well, hang on.
But
Because of the town you're in, there might be a bonus for that. So let me get you the bonus.
Okay.
No promises on the bonus, but we'll see.
I don't not sort of spying, obviously, because it's information that they're likely to have since we're going to help out. So it's not hostile espionage type stuff.
No, it would be a gathering information, which I believe. Let me check on that. A charisma roll. Oh wait.
Oh,
Wait, don't quote me on that. Give me a second.
I,
Oh, that would be a charisma roll, yes.
yeah, I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, it would be a charisma roll because you're trying to get to know people. But I am giving you it's only a +1 difference. So you will, if you try to do this roll, it'll be a D20 roll, and then if your charisma's not prime, I'm assuming, correct?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it is
So,
not.
What's your modifier for charisma?
0, I think.
And you're level 1, so it'll be a D20 plus your modifier for charisma. If that's 0, then there'd be nothing plus your level, and then you get a plus additional 1 right now for this one for gathering information on the local area.
First hint: try not to throw dice on the floor. Search for second dice. Really, there is something I can use as a dice tray because that one fell on the floor. Well, that's a 9. So, did I get a +1? I got +1 for my level. It's 10. Did you say I get a +1 for location bonus?
Yes.
Well, that's 11.
Okay, so 11. Unfortunately, you have gathered no additional information on the keep. However, you did find out that the keep has cut all communication off with the world. That could be, from what you already know from the messenger, that could already be established because they are currently fighting a whole entire faction of different races banding together to try and take over that part of the land that has nothing to do with the orc clans or anything else. Basically known as the Alliance of War. It could just because they haven't really heard anything new. You do know you did gather some basic information. Even under the failed attempt, you did gather some basic information that it was a keep. Little historical fact: it was a keep that was created by the humans, but the project was abandoned at some point because they were trying to expand and make sure that there was lookouts throughout the area and reason for invasion, and stuff like what is going on now. But the keeps are very isolated. You got to remember the region of Conquistos is a very young region. It's only been standing for roughly since year 1 of the first age, and you're in 950. It's only been standing for 950 years. But they have been trying to they've been trying to expand. But as you know about the human society, which you probably studied from Elven culture, is that the humans have a bad tendency of stretching themselves thin.
Yes. They're generalists, which doesn't always work out well for them.
No. So that's all you're able to gather at this point. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
At the moment, no. As with rubble, I see no reason we shouldn't look for the same inn.
All right. So you do. Hang on a second. All right, sorry about that. Somebody tried to access my machine. Not my computer. One of my voiceover machines. Anyway, probably one of the kids. Anyway, all right. So you go find Rubble. Azramir is still in the middle of service right now. I'm still going to put you on service.
Is he leading the service, or is he just a part of it?
You know what? You know what? Let me check that out. Hang on a second. Witch King, I love you so much, because you may have just created something for yourself, and you don't even know it yet.
Oh. He's not the priest, he's a very naughty boy.
What's your charisma?
My charisma is 13.
So that's a +1. Is it primary?
It is not.
Okay. Give me a d20 roll, add your modifier, and add your level, and tell me what you get.
Okay. I got a 6.
Yeah, you're not leading the service. You're being led. You are in the congregation. but I do like your initiative on that.
Yeah, I'm more of a fighting priest, not so much a flock leading priest.
Yeah, no, you are ready to be. You're still not there yet. Your time of learning of Morg and all his great wisdom and teachings. You're still a young priest. You have not reached any ranks into priesthood yet. There are actually ranks because there is an Order of Morg that you can find several factions and several guild halls for throughout the world, or at least one guild hall. And maybe some of the people, and all followers of Morg, all religions have their own order and their own specific guild hall. And
are there like mystery cults and secret societies that vie against each other in the different religions?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, each religion, each one who worships a goddess has their own cult following, including Morg. Morg has his own congregation. So if you're a follower of Morg, you're more likely have already been sworn in to the belief and into the teachings of the Church of Morg. It's just a guild, like a guild, but it's not quite a guild. It's an order. So the Order of Morg main guild hall could be in Garwidan, but we have not established that yet.
Yeah.
However, I will let you know, without giving out too much spoilers, there is a possibility that you could start ranking up into priesthood here pretty soon, but we're not going to disclose that right now. So that is a possibility. But you right now have not got one rank yet in reputation for that. I will let you know when that happens.
You're just an initiate of the Outer Mysteries or something.
You're actually you're more on a pilgrimage right now. You're becoming an initiate. You're not quite all the way in. You have to discover. It's like you have to discover your own adventures. That's why you're out seeing everyone. And T-shirt historian, thank you so much for showing up. He's watching the stream, everybody. So say hello.
Oh,
I just wanted to say something because he's the first person that said anything in our chat. So all right. So yes, you are currently you're studying, but you still have your daily offerings and your worship that you have to give to your God for his great wisdom and leadership to you, as well as also great power. So, all right. So
did you say that wisdom is not your prime? I thought that was
No, wisdom is my prime, and so is strength, but not charisma.
Oh, sorry. I was sorry. No, my bad. Sorry, my bad. Brain farted. Getting
No.
old, can't judge this for the wisdom and charisma.
Okay.
Sorry, Mike. Forget I said that.
All right.
It's okay.
Let's
That's
get
one thing and brain saw something else.
all right. Let's get to the end now. So we cut over to the end while Azamir is in his worship. It's been a nice, decent session going on for him, and he is enjoying the worship he's having with his fellow dwarven brothers. And there's possibly some other races in there, some humans, some elves that also believe in Morg, because it is a proven fact that Morg is considered the god of creation among the whole world. And yes, he is depicted as a dwarf, and nobody disputes that. Sounds like ideal world, doesn't it? No one disputes that, Morg could be an elf for all we know, but anyway, so we cut over to Rubble and Shadow Wolf at the end. Rubble is already at a table before Shadow Wolf shows up. What is Rubble doing while Shadow Wolf was out gathering information? What is Rubble doing before he shows up to the table?
Well, Rubble was basically trying to find out costs of room, costs of food, costs of drinks.
Oh yeah, that is very important. Right now for Highforge, you can get a decent sized room, one bed for let me check. Let me see here. I should have my paperwork up, but I don't. Bad GM. Another GM fail. Bonus XP. There we go. Making me work. We're going to go off with generic costs right now. And that could change based on the economy status. So, and that could change at any given session too. So,
and we could also heavily influence it by pouring a bunch of gold into a settlement.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. So this will be one furnished bed. It is 1 gold piece a night.
And what does that entail? Does that get
bed,
me the food?
Bed, fireplace, and possibly a bathroom to have a bath in.
Okay.
And which in this world we call a privy.
Okay. Well, Rubble books a room and hands over the gold and goes and sits at a table.
All right.
Waiting for the other guys.
Well, they register you for a 1-bedroom room, and they took down your name, and now you're waiting for everyone else to show up. Well, Shadow Wolf, as you're sitting down at the table, Shadow Wolf actually appears in the end, and he does see you right away, and he comes and sits down with you, or at least I'm assuming. What is Shadow Wolf doing as soon as he notices Rubble in the inn?
I'll go over, and if he's sitting down, I'll go and sit down with him.
All right. There is music playing. You guys are hearing some music playing. It is like a normal inn. There's barmaids going around the bar. There is a bartender right behind the bar. The bookkeeper is keeping all the books and reporting it to the bartender. So it is kind of like a really nice actual inn that you guys are at. It looks like better than what was in Redwood, and so you guys are kind of enjoying this. So all right. So as you sit down, Shadow Wolf, a barmaid comes over here and says, "What can I help you gentlemen out with today? Would you guys like any drinks? Any food?"
I'll pay. I know
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I know you didn't do as well as I did back in. I'd hope you were beforehand. I've got a problem. But if you want something to eat, feel free.
No, I'm fine. We had our trail rations before we came in. We're fine.
That is true. You did. But if you do want a pint of ale, it is 2 copper pieces. That basically means you give them a silver piece and they give you back like 8 copper pieces.
Right. And
sounds good to me.
Still saying he's fine. Thank you, but no.
All right.
Well.
All right. So the lady brings over to Shadow Wolf the pint of ale and has returned to him in change 8 copper pieces.
Okay. I'm going to do something. I'm going to try and do myself a sort of a running post if I can work out how to do it. I can reset each time or something. So you said it was two silver pieces, yeah? No, 2 copper pieces, yes?
No, 8 copper pieces.
8 copper. Okay, thank you.
It costs 2 copper, and from a silver, you get 8 copper back.
Okay. So, okay. I just because they're trying to do this. Okay, fine. I think that's correct. Yeah. Yep. Okay. You sure you don't want them? Like, if you feel like I think, well, let me know.
No,
What's that?
honestly, I'm fine.
Sure.
We had the 2 rations, we're fine.
Hmm. I can listen and.
You should book yourself a room because it looks as if it could be a busy place. This.
Good point. Good point. I shall go up to Barman and see if he's got another room spare.
So you go up to the bookkeeper, and the bookkeeper says, "Can I help you?"
Oh, good evening. Yes. Would you have another room? A room?
Give me a percentile roll, please.
Percentile roll.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hold on.
We're gonna see the likelihood of the probability of what it is for him to have a room.
A percentile dice. 97.
27. There are no currently rooms available. The last room was booked by a dwarf.
Okay. Do you have a common area?
We can actually make accommodations at no cost to you if you would like to stay. We just need to let you know that the accommodations are a little bit different. But since you did buy, did you buy anything from the bar? Like, have you spent any copper or any silver, gold? Oh, yeah, yes, okay.
Yes, I would.
All right. We can appoint you out back to the barn where the pigs are at. There is a nice loft. I know it's not the best smellingness, but if you are needing definitely a place to stay, we can offer you some hay and a blanket at free of charge to you, as long as you buy something from the bar.
Blanket, I can take care of myself. Thank you. That will be acceptable.
All right.
There's nothing extra.
So about a couple hours have already passed by, and Azimir is done with his service.
Yes. And he's worked up an appetite, I can tell you.
So you do show up at the inn where everyone else is. So Rubble's booked a room, Shadow Wolf has booked a loft, and you show up and you do see them both at a table together.
I go over to the bar, and I put 2 gold pieces on the table and say, "Give us your finest wine or ale, please."
Your finest? Okay, all right. Yeah, okay. All right, give me a second. 2 gold pieces is what you did, right?
Yep. I mean, I can give more if need be, but that's what I figured it would cost.
Give me a minute. All right, here we go. You ready for this one? Oh, you're gonna love this. Oh, nope, can't do that one. You only did 2. You know what? Maybe if you do a bit. So you get a small shot glass. They take the gold piece. They gave you a small shot glass. It's very small, and they pour in this strong smelling ale. Give me an intelligence roll.
Okay. Yep, I just have a 9 intelligence.
At what intelligence?
9.
Oh, crap.
So I have a negative, or just an average intelligence. 13.
13? It's not prime, is it?
It is not.
Okay. You can't recall the name of the ale, but you know it, and the name of the ale is at the tip of your tongue.
And then it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. So you take a drink of it?
Yes, I do.
Does not faze you like it would anyone else, because you are a dwarf.
Does it taste good?
Oh, it tastes very good. Kind of like charcoal, but with a stone tasting flavor. Something that's sweet and mellows on it with a bit of spice. So your tongue does feel like it's on fire, but once again, you're a dwarf, so it doesn't faze you like that. And the other gold piece, what are you looking at doing for that one?
I am getting something for Shadow Wolf, and hopefully also Rubble, if I can.
Okay, so So for Shadow Wolf, they give you another shot glass, and you pour it. They pour it, and then for Rubble, there wasn't really much any money left over unless you can drop another gold piece.
I dropped another gold piece.
All right, they give him a shot glass of the same finest ale that they gave you.
And I bring those over
All right.
to Rubble and Shadow Wolf.
All right, you drop them right down the table in front of Shadow Wolf and Rubble. What do you guys do? You guys can all interact.
Thank you.
now.
Thank you.
Rubble sniffs it. See if he can try and identify it.
You have an intelligence?
Yeah.
All right, give me an intelligence roll.
And... uh-huh. 3.
Just wait, he's gonna roll it.
You do not remember the name, but you do know that the high class dwarves of Garudan drink it. That's all you know.
Oh, fancy stuff then.
Yes, very for a dwarf, fancy stuff.
Basically,
Right, okay.
takes a sip of it.
All right.
Fancy is fancy.
Now where was I? Let me see. Can't sense his vision and hearing doesn't say anything about taste.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I don't think you get anything
I
for
should-
taste, unfortunately. No.
no, that's okay. No, so I'll see if I can. As you
Identify
said,
as well.
Yeah.
That would be an intelligence roll, and your Wisdom of Ages trait does apply, or that advantage does
Excellent.
apply.
Well, let me see. It's prime.
Mhm.
So that's 15, 16 plus. I doubt that any of my other bonuses apply. I doubt that. I don't know. The Wisdom of Ages and plus local one, so that's 16.
16, and you
And
did
Wisdom
say
and Intelligent is my prime.
is prime. Okay, you have identified it as Dwarven Fire Ale. Very potent drink. Very potent.
Sip carefully and gently, one bit at a time.
Give me a Constitution roll.
This is why I said very carefully.
I'm still making that.
Oh, no, that's okay.
It's
No,
a
that's
shot glass.
okay.
You can't sip that anymore. You're babying it. Give me a Constitution roll.
Oh dear, hold on. Where are we? Oh dear. Well, at least I've got no minuses. Ooh, 16.
And is it prime?
It's not prime, no.
Okay. You're not passed out drunk, but you are feeling very good. Very much buzzing. Feels like your tongue is on fire.
Some here?
Yeah?
Fire wine? Oh, I forgot. Did you say it was fire wine?
I mean, I didn't get told what it was called. I just
No, I
asked for the
asked
finest ale.
him, Jim. I can't remember what he said. Did you say it's called fire? You said it's called fire something, didn't you?
Oh. Are you asking tabletop or me?
He did say what it was. No,
I said what it
the
was,
player
but
have
Azmir did not know what it was himself.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Either player have forgotten what you said it was already. Did you say it's fire?
Dwarven Fire Ale.
Ale.
I thought
fire.
Shadow Wolf was going down an illusionary hole.
Oh, quite probably. Quite probably.
He's feeling pretty good. He's feeling pretty.
I say,
his
I'm
cheeks are
glad I
rosy.
scored 16 on. Yeah.
His
The
cheeks
alcohol
are
was that powerful, actually, it made the player drunk.
Yes.
Well,
Player doesn't
let me tell you guys something. A
Fire
cup
ale,
of
that's-
a normal
that's
cup
fire ale.
or mug of Dwarven Fire Ale cost 50 gold pieces. They were able to give you guys a shot glass for 1 gold piece apiece. That's why it's really good stuff. But it doesn't affect dwarves normally like it would anyone else. But because Shadow Wolf isn't a dwarf,
That's some very good fire ale.
Sadly, I don't think we
Very
have enough
good
to pay for a
fire
full
ale.
glass.
The room is sort of spinning.
I hope you won't find it disrespectful if I say good. Don't think
Say
I want
what?
any more. Good that we can't afford any more. It's
Fun. It's
Dwarven
fun.
fire ale. It's
You can taste the fire. It's burning on your tongue. It's amazing.
yes, but I would mind you that your dwarves, your underground dwellers, you nice warm earth. I'm not meaning to be rude. I'm an elf. I live in forests. Wood, fire. Our favourite mix.
We'll make you a dwarf yet, Shadow Wolf. But fair enough. I won't get you any more of that.
It takes down a very large gulp of ordinary ale.
Rubble just says how the other half live and finishes the glass. Says it can't be that good. I can still see.
I mean, it's pretty good, Rubble. You're not old enough to have tried many dwarven ales that I've tried.
Yeah, but that's just posh stuff. The drinks I drink is normally. You're lucky if you can see the rest of the night.
That's the lower class dwarves for you, Shadow Wolf.
One of these
Good
days,
stuff.
gentlemen, some elven mint mead.
I'd be down
Yeah,
for
but
that.
we have that, but we're usually actually excruciating it from the other end.
How you deal with alcohol is entirely up to you.
Oh, there was this amazing trend for the dwarven youth like 20 years ago, Rubble. They put a tube up your back end and pumped alcohol in it. The humans died from it, but dwarves just get amazing.
I like a good alcohol where if you can't drink it, you can actually kill fungus with it.
Mm-hmm. That's what they use for that.
What a waste of good alcohol.
Suddenly, in the middle of your guys' conversation, you hear, "Who dares try the Dwarven Fire Ale? Are they dwarves? Let me see the ones who ordered that tonight." Apparently, no one else in the inn has ordered Dwarven Fire Ale, but it was given to you guys.
He ordered it. He ordered it.
Admir drags Rubble and Shadow Wolf over to the area where that gentleman is.
All right. You do look at the gentleman and who's shouting, and he is a dwarf as well.
Brother!
Ah, are you the one that has drink the Dwarven Fire Ale tonight?
A shot of it, and so did the elf over here, Shadow Wolf. Nice to meet you, Shadow Wolf.
Nice to meet you, Shadow Wolf.
An elf has tried Dwarven Fire Ale tonight. Wow, this is going to be interesting. May I, us dwarves, you guys sure know we like to also have fun in games as well as drink. Why don't we show you High Forge hospitality by offering you a friendly game tonight?
Sure.
All right.
Fine.
We will place some bets and we will have fun, and then tonight you brothers will sleep well. I offer you, brothers, my room if you succeed, and also a pot of the winnings.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, name
Mhm.
your challenge. What kind of challenge do you think would be good for dwarves? And we got to get that elf involved. An elf who is daring to try dwarven fire ale should be part of the challenge too.
I am going to put 10 gold towards Rubble here to drink you under the table.
Ah, oh, that's too cheesy. Well, let's do something else, a bit more dangerous. Have you guys ever tried bull riding before?
Yes.
Now how'd you like that?
I was looking for more of a challenge.
Oh, okay. So how about another game, perhaps? Arm wrestling with knives at the end, and the
Yes.
loser gets, and the one who loses gets stabbed in the hand with the knife.
Yes.
All right, all right. We have. Give me. One of you guys give me. I want Rubble to do it. Give me.
So do I.
Give me a percentile roll, please.
Yeah. 54. 54.
54. Ooh. Okay. All right. There are. You know what? I've got this number in my head, so I'm going to use it. There are 10 challengers tonight. All right. We are going to get you guys 10 challengers, and you guys are going to be a team, and it's going to be you versus the bar. All right. And some of the challenges work here at this bar, so at this nice pub. So here's what we're going to do. Whoever loses out of this team, you guys have 3 chances. There's 3 of you. 3 chances on winning this major pot. We've already got 10 gold pieces. The bets are being placed now for the outstanding. And if you guys win, you get this full pot of gold. Or whatever else is in there. So, what do you guys say to that?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Choose your first challenger.
Rubble. Me. I'll do it.
All right. And this one one challenger comes down. He's another dwarf, and he's like, "All right, I got this. He ain't going nowhere. We're gonna get this pot of gold tonight." You guys join hands. They strap knives to the table. Whoever loses gets their hand stabbed. All right, you guys are ready, and they go 1, 2, 3, and you guys start pulling in each other to either side. Give me a strength roll.
15 plus 1 plus level 17.
17. You slap that dwarf's hand right through the knife. The pot is now at 100 gold pieces. All right, second challenger comes in. All right. And let me get strength is prime for you. Is it true?
Yes.
All right. Second challenger comes in. He slaps it around there. You guys go, and they're going 1, 2, 3, go. Give me a strength roll.
Oh, even better. 21.
20. Was that a natural 20?
No, it was a 19. Plus 1 for my level, plus 1 for my modifier.
Good point. Yeah, you definitely slap his hand right through that knife, and he's like, the second challenger's down. The pot is now at 200 gold pieces. All right, the third challenger comes through, and he's like, I got this guy. He ain't going to get past me. You guys lock hands as tight as possible. Muscles are bulging. Veins are coming out of your arms and your heads. And they go 1, 2, 3, go. And you're just pulling. Give me a strength roll.
I knew it was going to happen.
What'd you get?
A natural one.
Natural?
A natural one.
Oh my God.
I knew that was going to happen. It was so obvious it was going to happen. So basically 3.
It doesn't matter. It's a natural one. He obliterated your hand on that knife. The knife did more damage than it should. There was an accident. You take 1d8 damage. Yeah, I'll let you roll that.
Right, 1d8.
Don't worry, I can help you.
A 2.
A 2? Okay.
Yes.
And what is your total, just real quick, what is your total HP?
11.
11. Who? If it was any worse, he would have obliterated your hand. He would have been. They probably would have had to amputate. All right, it's bad. It's bad.
Call me
Okay.
Stumpy.
All right. All right.
I knew I should have. I knew I should have wiped the blood off my hands from the other two.
Well, it's like they say.
That's what happened.
Yeah, it's like they say. It's there's still 2 challengers left. Who's next?
I'm going up next.
All right. So Esmir sits down, and you still have the 3rd challenger. So far, I believe he took out 2, and it was the 3rd one. So it's 2-1. You got the 4th challenger. The pot is now at 400 gold pieces.
Okay. Let's do this.
You lock hands.
And yes,
and go.
And yes, strength is a crime.
Yep.
It's not natural, but it is an 18 plus 2.
Got it. You slapped his hand right through the other knife, and he's like, ah! And he just picks it up, and he's like, next! The 5th challenger sit down. You are at the halfway marker on the 5th challenger. And, yeah, 5th challenger. So far, the score is 3-1. The pot is now at 500 gold pieces. You guys lock hands. Lock it in. And
Okay.
go 1, 2, 3, go.
5.
He slaps your hand right through that one, and you are out. You are down to the last one. You guys are now at, because they took out the 2nd challenger, they got an extra point. It is now 3-4. All right. So now it is the last challenger, Shadow Wolf's turn. The pot is at 600 gold pieces.
What about Greenie? Someone shouts in the background.
Yeah. Me! I shout, what about Greenie?
Greenie's not here. He should be, though.
You want an elf
Yeah.
to do a strength contest with a dwarf.
Well, if you want to... and someone screams out and goes, if you want to forfeit, there's no shame in that, elf, but why don't you show us your real mental? Your real metal. Come on.
You mean forfeit? What you mean forfeit? I've got another hand.
Mental I can do.
What's up? All right. So, Shadow Wolf sits down, locks hands. You are feeling the room still kind of spinning from the dwarven fire.
Yeah.
You're not liking this too much.
Could be why I'm sort of...
You're kind of shaking. You're like, oh my god, and then, or oh my god.
Just stop myself shaking too much.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that my left hand is gripping the table.
Yep. All right.
No one's had a comp.
Give me a strength roll, and you're gonna need a score. I will not accept anything less than a natural 20, though.
Get it?
Because you're in a semi-drunken state.
Frickin' says it wasn't a natural one.
It was a natural one too?
No, it was not, and that's why all I can say is it was not an actual one.
Oh, thank God.
I would probably been killed. I've got 6 hit points.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, what'd you score?
Now you know why I didn't want to do this. 11.
Hey, what?
11.
11.
Oddly enough, it's my strength.
Right. No,
I actually scored my strength.
All right. Unfortunately, you guys have all. The knife hasn't really done much of any damage to any of you guys. A small prick for Shadow Wolf and Esmir. Rubble got his hand sort of stabbed all the way through pretty hard. So you guys, because he did get a natural one. Well, you guys are done. Unfortunately, you lost the pot of 600 gold pieces, and you lost the room. However, one of the dwarves come up and says, "Well, that is awesome. Since you got the elf to do it, I'll do you guys one better. I'll give you a room up in the loft above the pig's place."
Okay, I'll take it.
I've already paid for my room.
Interesting. Okay. And what about the elf here? Does he have a room, or is he going to be sleeping with the piggies tonight?
Thought that's what I was doing up there anyway.
Yeah, it was. But they don't know that. These dwarves don't know that. They're not the bookkeepers.
Okay, well,
He's an elf. He's an elf. He always sleeps with the piggies.
All right, so what else do you guys do? Besides losing 600 gold pieces, you guys had that. That would have been helpful.
it would have been helpful if Greeny hadn't buggered off.
Well, he's got a tendency.
Yeah,
It
he
would have
would
been
have been
helpful
able to
if they-
take that.
It would have been helpful if they'd let us. Sorry. What did
Go
you
ahead.
say, Azumi?
I was talking out of character and saying that Greeny would have been able to take the dwarves to task.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what
It
I
would have
just
been
said.
Yeah, it would have been helpful if they let us use both our other hands as well. I
Yeah,
only lost one. I still had another chance. But swapping it to an elf, I had a left hand. That would have been more powerful.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, the night is moving on. It's about almost midnight. It's probably about 10 or 11-ish. However, Paramoor tells time. We don't have really a time clock. So, I mean, the night is still young, though. What else you guys do?
Samira, can you do something about that?
sure. He goes over to both of you and bandages up your hands.
Give me, hang on for a second. Let me see. I believe that is a wisdom. Give me a wisdom roll.
And I also
Rubble.
have rank 1 of the heal skill.
Oh, yes. That's even good. Give me a roll on that.
Okay, so what am I rolling? A d20?
D20, and you got to score at minimum 11 or better.
Okay.
So D20 plus your wisdom, plus your level.
Okay. 21.
You got what?
21.
Oh, good. Okay, so let me check on that real quick.
19 plus 2.
Yep, fair enough. I thought you said a 1 at first. I was like, oh. I'm like, man, this is not. I'm like, that dice is cursed. All right, give me a minute, because. All right, Shadow Wolf, you don't have to roll anything. Ah, okay, okay. And Rubble, you, we're not gonna make you roll for this. But you're gonna get all your hit points back by morning.
Hey.
So that's good. So, but the night is still young. You guys do anything else? Is there anything else you guys want to do before heading off to bed and resting for the night? There's really not much else to do because it is nighttime. Yes, granted.
I could, I don't know. I've already went to the shrine. I played dwarven games,
Had
drank.
Dwarven Fire.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
It's been a fun night.
Mhm.
If this is a big city, are there any temples to Ori or to Tess? Hold on a second.
We could do a pub crawl through the city.
To Tsara. Corey's my god of history, and Tessara's god of travelling dreams and the elves. So,
What is your deity again?
I don't. Corey, as sort of god of history, was the only one there, but Tessara's the goddess of dreams and travelling, and she's an elf.
Okay.
Elves, and she's worship. Elves are her worshippers.
Yep.
So,
Tessara. Yep, goddess of dreams and traveling.
yeah, because I'm
yeah, her temple is not would not be in this. She
Okay.
doesn't have a temple here.
No, I'm just thinking it would be, if there were ones, it would be to pay respect to I mean, I don't know, as I said, I mean, being as I'm a rogue, I don't, the specific deity doesn't have much of a much of a class effect.
Yeah.
So I was looking for one sort of for character effect, which is why Corey was, because on the knowledge bit, because there isn't really a deity of knowledge as such. And he was the nearest one there.
Right, right. Well,
Also,
I mean, you could still pay your respects to the deity that you do worship, because
oh yeah,
I did mention to you guys before that that is a totally separate thing that I'm doing with that, and it may not be towards your class specifically, but it still,
yeah,
you still can get boons for it later on in the game. Unfortunately, I'm not offering anything like that at level 1. It'll be more or less around level 3s and 4s. So you
yeah.
do have a bit
I
of
mean,
ways to go.
yeah, it's because Tasara with the travelling and elves would sort of almost, would almost be would be sort of as appropriate character wise as Corey
Yep.
or history, because the only link that Corey really has is that he's the only one that's got any knowledge.
Oh, okay, that's right. Corey was the one that you had. The
Yeah,
god of history and self-defense.
I say because he's the only the only deity that's that covers any area which will be relevant to my character, to Shadow Wolf's personality.
And I believe there would be there if you're looking for a temple or anything in likeness of that. There is something for Corey, definitely, because Corey is depicted as a human, and this is like I said, this is more of a dwarven and gnome settlement, but because it is in human land, there are human connections, and humans do come through here quite a bit. Like I said, the main two races that are here in full force, like 50%. 25 is easily gnomes. 25 of that 50 is also like dwarves, and then the other 25 is like humans. So that's kind of like working out almost 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. But there is and then the remaining supposed to be less than 25%, maybe even less than 5%, is mixed in with other races. So Corey, there would be, because Corey is the god of history and self-defense, they would be in this one because this is Highforge is an historical site.
Sure. Again, in that case, yeah, so we'll go and do more and
This would be fitted for that.
attend
the settlement.
services, which.
Yep. The historical monument of the site, and your character would know this without a roll, is the fact that it was a faction of gnomes, which on local lore that gnomes are supposed to be very rare. They're not so much rare, there's just no community for them here. They don't have any they don't there's not enough of them for being a community. And in a sense they did make their own community, but they had the help from the dwarves.
Right, gotcha.
Yep. So this is kind of like a gnomish dwarven society community here, but it's also in human lands, because the region of Kakistos was founded by humans. And if you want to know a bit about that, we can actually share a little bit of lore about that real quick.
What?
As a knowledgeable person, and this is something you would know as well, that you also know as well, Shadow Wolf would know as well, that when the humans first came to Kakistos, it was a noble human meeting with a barbarian woman who was also named Lady Kakistos. That is where the region's name came from.
Well, in fact, we associate well with halflings and gnomes, so the gnomes certainly.
Yep.
As an elf would be people with whom I'm used to associating, with whom I get on well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad it's not named after a vampire.
Yeah, that probably would be pretty bad. Nope, it was a noble male from somewhere else, came to this land, and wedded with the barbarian female.
Mm-hmm.
Both humans. But humans were already settled here. So there's actually a whole system built behind that of how to properly wed in the noble family,
Oh.
Oh, there's
which
a
we will
surprise.
disclose. Which you guys, none of you guys are really nobles of the humans of the human part of Evermore, which is the human kingdom is Evermore, in the region of Conquistos. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of a noble because I'm upper class dwarf.
I may have to make you give me an intelligence roll for that one, but we won't mess with that right now.
We've been watching them for a wee bit. These short-lived humans.
Mm-hmm. And I believe, if I remember correctly in my notes, the noble family was called the Byron family.
Oh.
Yep, the Byron family came, and he fell in love with a barbarian, with I say barbarian because I want to disassociate with the word savage, because it wasn't really like that. It's more or less the Pocahontas story. English male travels to a new land and meets a woman of different culture and likeness.
Yeah.
But we didn't
Because
take
he's
anything. They
pro-pirate.
wanted to join each other so that way they can inherit the land and share the land together forever.
It's a tale as old as Disney.
And based on his name, he used to write a poetry.
I was going to say, he's basing his name. He was mad, bad, and dangerous to know.
Anyway, so what else are you guys doing on this evening before bed? Azamir, I think he said he's turning in that he's done everything possible.
Yeah.
All right. What's Rubble doing at this point?
Rubble's actually going to go up and nurse his sore hand in his nice, comfy bed.
And what does Shadow Wolf do?
I mean, when I've done my Mr. Corey, I shall again make my way up to the loft above the stable, above the sty, and enjoy the night warmth from the straw and the rising warmth from the heat of the animals below.
All right. Well, you do recall while you're asleep, because you're in kind of like this drunken haze, the alcohol's in your system very strongly, the Dwarven Fire Ale. You do recall a lot of history and lore, and I'm going to grant you a freebie right now.
Okay.
Because I think it would be good for your character's backstory. If you don't like it, let me know and we'll stop. But you do recall your first diary, do you not? Would Shadow Wolf have a diary? And what would that diary contain?
Depends how far back it goes.
Well, remember, you are an elf. Elves live in this world could live to an upwards of a maximum age of 700 years. So you're at least 100 years old. How far do you think it would go? How old are you?
I am 131.
So you could have had it from, let's say, 110, like 20 years old, 30 years old. You could have had it for you're 131. You could have had it like the last 110 years. So it could have 110 years of information that you've acquired over time in your youth.
Yeah, I mean, so I would have thought some of it would probably have been habits gained in the militia as well. So it would probably some school notes and.
Well, your characters also strikes me as the type of character that would love. You like history.
Definitely.
Shadow Wolf has definitely tried to, scribe a few things, keep history. Give me 1 second. I got something I'm gonna pull up for this. And I'm moving my face around the mic, away from the mic. Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, so you do recall it was King Byron the Red. He was called King Byron the Red because he was a passionate man. He fell in love with a female of one of the major barbarian tribes. Her name was Conquistos. That was before this region even had a name. And Byron the Red, when he fell in love with this girl, he met her by falling down into the mud, and she joined him, and they interconnected. He was not. His family taught him how to be a noble. You do recall him giving speeches about how his family taught him to not be in the mud with the lower class. But he did not see everyone as lower class. You know that the reason why Evermore is so accepting of everyone else is because they preach equality.
Right.
And he's looking to establish peace among all the races in this region, including the orcs someday. Because just because you're different shouldn't mean you shouldn't be accepted. And you remember writing and scribing those stories down because those are stories that you've heard about. And definitely, elves would definitely have the history because elves can live a longer time. So you definitely remember your first lessons on the history of this region as you were getting ready to go off into a deep sleep. Do you accept his backstory?
Accept his backstory, and not only that, I actually go up and I say I praise to Sarah for bringing me the memory dreams.
Yep. All right. Well, you got
Flash forward a couple ages, and the dream of a race peace is failed, and the race war between orcs and elves and dwarves and gnomes happens over and over.
Oh dear, looking back, I'm going to call this in the Babylonian Age, because as PJ will know, it was our last best hope for peace.
Actually, if I have not mentioned this yet, you guys are the first age was known as the Age of Flourishing. It has been deemed as such among many different cultures of this world, because this is the time that a lot of races are branching out to other parts of the world. The Age of Roots is where everything was established, and you remember King Byron the Red said that we are entering age and we're trying to flourish for that peace. And that was the first King Byron. By the way, this guy did this speech back 950 years ago. So
what is it, like King Byron the 16th?
Something like that. I will get you. Let me work out that math tomorrow, and by next session, I will get you that official information. Because each male that is born of the noble family takes the name King Byron.
It's Byron's all the way down.
Yep. Actually, I can say this. Shadow Wolf would have this information, but you two won't. But I will just release it just as a player knowledge. Just a heads up. The system goes. They actually have a guild hall that is highly protected. That has the daughters of Kakistos and the sons of Byron. Is what they call them.
Sorry, I lost a little bit. Who has that guild hall?
Evermore. It is in a secret location.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It is because they actually make sure that the bloodline stays noble, and also that's how they wed out the next in line for royalty. They don't wed the sons of Byron and the daughters of Kakistos like they should, because that would promote interbreeding. So they actually have a system of how they choose their partners, which I will release another time, but not now. Oh yeah, there's a whole system behind this that I actually thought of that I thought would be pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yep. yeah.
So the dwarves wouldn't have this ability, wouldn't know, unless you guys want to give me, because I remember Witch King, you said Azumir might know. I'd have to make you give me an intelligence roll. Do you think you can make that?
Well, it's not a prime, but I can certainly try to.
Well, let's try and do it. You got to at least score an 18. This is common knowledge, so I would say 18 would be your minimum.
Okay.
It's not prime. So no CL.
So just the +1.
Yep.
I got a 14.
All right. Unfortunately, it's not something that... It may have been something that's taught to you, but you may have forgotten it. I'm not going to say you probably didn't learn it with you being a high noble dwarf. It's just not something that the dwarven culture has really been needing to teach.
Fair enough.
Dwarves. So. All right. Well, as you guys all pass out, you guys wake up to the rooster crowing.
Where did I leave those hunting arrows? Oh, no, sorry.
Shadow Wolf. Shadow Wolf, you wake up with your face in the mud. And you got a hangover, by the way.
Okay, but I thought I didn't fall from up there.
Well, you take no damage regardless. You landed softly in the mud. But your blankets didn't come down with you either, so you're not sure how you got down there.
Wish I could remember her name.
All right. Well, what else do you guys do on this early morning before you depart? Continue to the keep to protect against the Alliance of War.
Do we need any more supplies?
Well, I'm gonna need to top off my tinderbox, and we should also probably grab some more rations. And also, I need at least 2 more bandages.
We'd got by my reckoning, we'd got 21. I'd got three weeks of rations at the end of when we left. So I've still got 19 days of rations left.
Oh.
So because we got a lot of the rations and the rest of it because partly we managed to pick up stuff at the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've got 12 days ration.
Yeah.
I only have 5.
Okay. We can. I mean, the obvious thing again is to ask our guide if there's anything we need or we could do with picking up here before we go on to the fort, onto our destination. Because obviously, if it's better to get something here, because the keep is quite a way away, even by river. Or are we going to be popping off at Pendragon Estate on the way?
Well, the messenger, this is not something I said in last session, but I did say it in this session at the beginning. He does have his own horse. That's how he did get down here. So there's nothing that he could think of that you guys would need on a personal level, or even on a group level.
Okay, so we don't, and that's what I'm thinking is obviously he knows where we're going and what we're going to be doing.
Yep.
So
Then I suppose we'll just head off then.
Yep.
I'm trying to. Don't think there was anything more particularly needed to buy.
I mean, I suppose we could get by with 7 bandages instead of 9.
Well, I've got 9 bandages.
Do you know how much bandages cost?
Let me see real quick.
They
They're really cheap, I know that much.
Yeah, they were very cheap. They were really cheap.
I can't. I'm trying to see.
One silver piece, according to the Adventurers backpack, and they've got 9 or less has no EV.
That's why I was carrying 9.
Yeah, you know what?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. You know what? Yeah, I will definitely. If you got 2 silver pieces on you, I definitely will. Do you got 2 silver pieces on you?
Yeah.
I believe I do. Let me check. Yes, I do.
Yep, I will let you have 2 bandages for 2 silver pieces. So you do go to the general merchant store, and where the bandages would be at, it's kind of like, they got food, but they also got stuff behind the counter like medicines and stuff. And you talk to the clerk, and he says, "How can I help you today?" And he is a gnome. He's like, "How can I help you today, fellow dwarf?"
Oh, I would just like some bandages so I can patch up my comrades over here.
Oh, okay. Well, yep. 2 silver pieces. He slaps them down for you.
And I flip the silver pieces towards him, and I grab the bandages, put them in my pack, and say, "Hats off to you, dwarf."
Gnome. I'm a gnomey fool.
Gnome too. Hats off to the gnome.
I'm the same person. Never mind. Have a good day. So you leave and good cracks up, and so Greeny came around with the carriage and his 2 horses. You guys all load up. The messenger's with you. And is there anything else you guys can think of before you push off?
I'm probably going to pick up some sort of scribing supplies, but I'll account for those.
Okay.
They're not going to be that expensive, so I'll account for those
Okay.
in my own time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what those are, but I will let you know what.
Yeah, it's just going to be sort of like paper and a quill and that sort of thing. I mean, I'll get it off the list.
Yep.
I think there was a.
So you got some paper and some quill and ink. So I will.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll tell you what that cost is outside of the session, so that way you can.
I mean, I can look it up. Yeah.
Or that too. So.
Because if there's also.
Is there anything else that Rubble may think he may need?
Rubble seems to have everything he needs. He's got his battle axe, he's got water, and he's got food. That should be enough.
All right.
What's that the one? What's it? Dungeon Max?
I'm good. All I need is my axe.
Yep.
An axe and a whetstone and clothes, and I'm good.
And you guys did. Oh, by the way, you guys, because you did stay at the end, and because they did have so much fun, they did fill up all your canteens and all your, or at least all your water skins have been filled up back to full.
Awesome.
So you don't have to worry about those.
Great stuff.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, does anyone want to stop me? No one? Okay.
Nope.
If there's nothing else, you guys do shove off towards the keep. And that will conclude tonight's session. Because we have been playing for about an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. How'd you guys like that? Did we all have fun tonight?
I did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome sauce. Well, I would like to talk to our audience. I know I've been moving probably back in and out from my microphone, so you probably haven't heard me that much. It's like I said, I just have to take a look at the screens and stuff. Still kind of in a weird position here, but I'm still working out some kinks on my setup. But, well, that was our tonight's session, everybody. Tonight was a simple role-playing session, and we are going to figure out where our characters or where this adventure is going to go next. I'm going to head around the table, see if there's any last words that any of our players would like to say. We're going to start off with Colin. Any last words for our viewers?
Hope you all enjoyed the adventure. And this next time in a fortnight's time, we might actually get somewhere, and we might actually get to kill something.
If not myself.
Survive it. I was going to say, and hopefully survive it.
The way Rubble's been going, it'll be a 50-50.
Yeah.
He hits someone or hits the ground. One of the two.
We'll figure it out. Next session. Well, PJMaybe, is there anything else you'd like to say for our viewers? Any final words?
Thanks for joining us yet again for another fun night. And anyone who wants to join us, Colin and myself will be on tomorrow night on... Sorry, when I say tomorrow night, I mean 8 o'clock UK time, not this time in the morning.
Yeah.
In 8 p.m. real time.
8 p.m. real time, yes. It's 5 or 6 p.m. depending what coast you're on in the US. So we're on my channel at PJMaybe1. Join us then.
All right. Witch King, you're up. Any last
I'm
words?
KingofTsamra, and luckily I do have something planned coming up. A review of Chalt, the sleazy, post-apocalyptic, Lovecraftian, desert world science fiction, pulp, fantasy campaign setting with gonzo elements like galore, like just anything you can imagine fits into it. And it's by Vendor Satanis, and I hope everyone will tune in and hopefully subscribe if they like it.
All right, very good. And I am Tabletop Junkie. I am, a junkie, clearly. I don't know if anyone's caught my last 2 videos, but I'm going to tell my entire crew here that if you guys didn't catch my last 2 videos I posted of my unboxings, I just unboxed 8 books of Cyberpunk 2020. And I've just
unboxed some Castles and Crusades. Yeah.
And I also did unbox 9 books. 9 books from Trollord Games, 3 fictional books from Trollord Games and then a dice bag from Trollord Games. Someone's been spending his money.
Yeah.
I got a new job, and it's been paying me really great. My bills are getting paid, and a little bit better than my last one. And I had some extra funding, so yeah, I live up to my name. There's a reason why they call me the junkie. Right now,
Well, I mean, you say you're a junkie, but I got Mechton Zeta and Teenagers from Outer Space, and
I'm catching up to that. I'm catching up. Those are my next buys. Those are my next buys. But Witch King, I like to call you the tabletop extraordinaire.
Yes.
Because you actually have knowledge on some of this stuff. Me, I just keep buying them.
Hey, we all keep buying different things. I was at a Comic-Con last weekend, and I've still not unboxed most of the stuff that I got.
Oh, I did see your video. You guys gotta go check out PJMaybe. He did do an unboxing of the Judge Dredd helmet, I believe. I think I saw that video recently. That it was
that was the Judge Dredd 6-inch figure that I got when I was in
okay.
Thank you for it was when yeah, not a problem. I got it when I was in New York 6 years ago, and that was me just unboxing it. It is a superb, detailed figure. It is beautiful.
And I also
couldn't get that here.
And I also just bought me 2 pounds of dice. I bought one for me, and then my girlfriend bought one for her daughter because her daughter is just all into this. So yeah, last weekend I bought 2 pounds of dice, and I also spent $100 on a gaming table.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been
At least it's not the gaming tables that Critical Role uses, because they're like $3,000.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. This was just a regular 8-inch plastic table that used to cost like $25, but now it's like $100, and it's like, geez, that's up like 3 times as much. But it is what it is. I needed something to host a big gaming party at. Which I had a first live session last week. Everyone thought I was streaming that. No, I didn't. Thank God I didn't stream it, because the whole session lasted like an hour, but everyone was dead within the 5 minutes. But only 5 minutes passed in game, and they all died within the first 5 minutes of the game.
Been there.
Yep. The session was 1 hour long, but in game only 5 minutes passed, and everyone was dead. And I mean dead, like. They died. Either they died of a horrible disease, or they were shredded by wolves. I'm not sure. Someone was trying to tame wolves, and 3 of them lost their lives, and then everyone else was trying to save the dead people, and they ended up getting sick because it turned out the place was infested with plague. And I was teaching them freaking Castles and Crusades. So, and we got Ironcaster in the chat. Well, you know what? I did want to point out and say for our viewers, T-shirt Historian, Ironcaster, thank you guys for tuning in. Ironcaster, I don't know how late you are, but you're a bit late. You got to go back and watch our video from before. Great session of Castles and Crusades, everybody. I had fun. Hopefully, next time we'll get to some killing. But you know what? Even if we don't, just be happy I'm giving you guys some role play time here, because when the killing, I'm telling you guys, when the killing starts, when we get into battles, there won't be much time for role playing as much as, as far as role playing goes, strategizing how to survive. There would be plenty of that, but not like this calm.
We could also reason with the monsters, couldn't we? Like some of them, anyways. Not all of them, obviously.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's your charisma modifier?
My charisma modifier is, I believe, a +1. Let me check.
And is it prime?
It is not.
Didn't you just try to lead an entire congregation with that modifier?
Yes, I did.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that, with the monsters now.
Well, Rubble's going to rename his battle axe Reason, and he'll certainly reason with them.
All right, we gotta get we gotta get off here. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. This was a fun session, and we had some good jokes at the end. You guys have a great and wonderful night. Work hard, play hard, because I definitely am playing hard, as well as making that money to keep gaming. And game on, everybody. You guys have a great and wonderful night. And thank you so much to my players for showing up again tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, I will have you guys. I will have you guys at this anytime. I am having very much fun with this with Castles and Crusades. So
Yep.
and I just got, one of the things I just got some books based on certain religions that are key essential that you can incorporate into your adventures, and I'm like, I just found more ways to make this world interesting. So we've got Paramoor, everyone, is growing. This is just the first age of Paramoor. I think it's going to live on for a long time until someone ends the world, but that won't be me. So some strange god, you never know. Things happen. So
The Apocalypse Stone Adventure for AD&D Second Edition.
there you go.
Games Workshop.
Or somebody will give Rubble a choice and he'll make the wrong one.
Well, let's wrap this up, and everyone have a great and wonderful day. And for my players, be safe out there now. And hang on. All
Good
right.
night.
Have a great and wonderful night. I got kids coming up here. They're impatient. Let's go.
Okay.